I've created something. I'm in the process of finalizing the creation. I'm calling it CRIS, C-R-I-S. It's an acronym for a Correctional Rehabilitation Index Score. What do I mean by that? As long as I've been in this field, I've seen nothing but assessment instruments that are used at the front, in the middle, at the back, that are designed to predict an offender's potential to reoffend. So I plan to introduce this report that I'm calling CRIS, because here it is. Every assessment instrument predicts their failure rate. To me, CRIS is going to predict their success rate or their success potential rate. And that's how I'm going to begin. Stephen Covey, in his book, 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People, said, begin with the end in mind. So one of the things that I'm going to begin with day one is this. I'm going to require someone from their family to come to the table. Someone, of course, who there's no restraining order against, come to the table to help us with this offender's journey. See, I'm going to redesign our classification system, and I'm going to allow that we focus on a trimester basis of treating the offender. Right now, there is no such thing. We have a level of service inventory, which we give as an assessment instrument to predict, again, their failure rate. And then we also use that to determine their service plan. What are we going to put them in terms of program? In our department, we have 482 programs listed on the book. Are you kidding me? That's crazy to me. So my focus is going to be to cull that down, to reduce that number from 482 to a more realistic number that is evidence-based, proven to be effective at changing offender attitudes and behavior. I want to focus on what brought you here for the first third of his sentence or her sentence, and then the attendant or the secondary charge that was put on to that. And then lastly, we'll focus on the reentry services that we need to put together, because what's most important to me is the family reunification. We got to have somebody, which we don't have now. No one from the family is involved in a person's sentence or their rehabilitation process. So I'm talking about total rehabilitation. We've got to treat more than the offender. We got to treat the family too, in some cases. So yes, we're going to look to reduce some of the programs, those that are inactive, and some of those 482 are inactive. Okay, I inactivated a few of mine because it's not working. We don't need it. Let's get rid of it. But I want to make sure it's gone.